This is the GodisaGeek podcast live from LA, brought to you by G-Infinity and their tournament builder app for the Xbox One. Hello everybody and welcome to the GodisaGeek podcast, again live from LA. Today has been day one of E3 and me, Dan Murphy, and my compatriot Mike Stubbsy have been braving the harsh E3 show room floor and other places to get our hands on some juicy new games. Mike, I feel like we're both tired already and it's not even been a bad day.
Well, I mean, it's been a show floor day, so...
But it's not even been half, like, there's more to come. Like, tomorrow's going to be quite brutal, isn't it?
Oh yeah, we'll be dead by the end of the week.
Well, is it really E3 if you're not dead by the end of the week?
Well, it depends if you do E3 properly or not.
Well, I presume we are.
Well, we are, but it depends if you've got a cushy job like some people.
Ooh, I feel like you're throwing some serious shade there.
No, I mean, just like some people have got teams of about 500 people here, so each person's got about one appointment.
The live, that's the dream,
that's
isn't it?
That's the dream, just come to E3. Come to E3, see all the people that you want to see, and then get smashed in the night. Like, that's the dream. That's my plan for next year. One
day. Well, I guess we should start with you. You've seen something pretty new.
Have I?
So new that you couldn't even play it, but you did get to see it nice hands-on with some talk and whatnot. You saw God of War.
Yes.
And is it? Do you find we said this yesterday in the other podcast? It's weird it just being called God of War, isn't it? But
no,
did they mention that actually?
They explained this actually. They were like, someone asked, like, I think the question was, is this the same Kratos as the previous trilogy? I guess it was. And they were like, well, yeah, it's like technically the same guy, but he's now in the world of Norse mythology.
Oh, yes.
It's all like totally new. They were very cagey. Like, they wouldn't answer questions on if the gap between is going to be explained, or how he got here and shit like that. They were didn't want to talk about that, but they said, like, the idea is that even if you haven't played a previous God of War, you can come in and it will be playable, and like there will be nods to previous stuff. And like, if you know his backstory, then grand, but it doesn't matter. So they were like, we wanted to call it God of War because it's a totally fresh start, and like there is the same thing of if, like, it's like Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy is at like fucking 15. Well, I'm never going to be into this series because I haven't got a fucking clue what happened in the last 15 games. So yeah, I mean, smart move.
What did you see?
I saw the exact same demo that they showed at the press conference.
But you got some nice...
But it was played live in front of me by old matey with PS4 controller.
Did it look as nice?
Yeah, to be fair, what they played was live gameplay. We just saw it played slightly differently. I say it slightly differently, it wasn't all that different. There was a few interesting tidbits about it, because like, fucking gameplay wise, go watch the Sony conference and you can see that. So I'm not going to talk about what happened, but a few interesting tidbits, like they said they've I didn't actually tweet the first time I saw this, but when he pointed it out, it was true. They've kept the camera quite low and sort of looking up, and they were like, that helps, that not only allows you to see the environment more clearly, it helps us with environmental storytelling, and they said it also has something to do with the sun and some bollocks like that, but like they said, environmental storytelling is going to be really big for them. Like, there'll be subtle hints in the environment that point out different things. So I kind of clocked this because it was pretty obvious in the demo, but as he's walking through, just before, I think it's just before they get to the bit where the troll like kicks the shit out of them, a load of birds fly off in the distance.
Yeah.
And like, you don't just hear it, because the camera's so low and looking up, you see it. And that kind of hints that some shit's about to go down. Yeah. So stuff like that, I think, is going to be a big part of it. They went into depth on the new axe weapon thing.
Yeah, we talked about this, and the chains.
Yeah.
They lack off.
I originally said that I was quite disappointed that the chain blades were gone, and now I'm not so disappointed. You control it with R1 and R2, like they're your attack modifier, attack buttons, I think.
Oh yeah.
And it looks really, really like physical. Each sort of hit has an impact to it, And what's quite cool is obviously you saw that he can like throw his axe,
Mm-hmm.
and he can recall it mid-throw if he wants to, and there is a separate button for recall. But if you throw your axe and then you continue comboing, like if you throw your axe, hit someone, and then go start hitting another guy with your fists, if you combo well enough or do a certain combo, the axe will auto fly back to like as part of one of your moves.
I bet. Did they do that?
Yeah,
How badass it like?
it looked really cool to be fair. Like he's punching a few guys and then takes a break, and like as he's about to run up and like do something, he's just like bang, axe.
It's basically an axe around, isn't it? It sounds cool.
Yeah.
Did they give any insight into like knowledge gain stuff or any other different systems and mechanics they're bringing in this time?
Not really. Like there's a rage meter, which I think there was before, but it kind of showed up where the bit where Kratos like where his son misses the shot,
Mm-hmm.
and Kratos is just like, "Oh, you fucking idiot! What the fuck you doing?" Like a little symbol showed up in the top left corner, and that's a part of his rage meter. And part of the narrative is going to be Kratos learning to control his rage when he's with his son, because like kids are fucking annoying.
I think that's cool. I think that's like a nice, because obviously the previous God of War was literally just rage man fucking tearing asses off fuck, and that's all it was. So I feel like this is just gives it like a nice little wrinkle, something a bit more meaningful.
Yeah, they said like the entire game is going to be a father-son journey story, so it's going to be a massive focus.
Cool, because I thought that kid was getting fucking munched in the demo. I thought he was going in there. Right, now we have
I
rage
thought that
Kratos.
actually, to be fair. But what is quite cool about the son that I was talking about him is in combat, the son is not a complete and utter tool. He will also attack enemies with like his standard arrows, just as an AI, and will just sort of help you out a little bit.
Basically, Ellie with the bricks and Last of Us
yeah.
kind of thing.
And then he also has, like in the demo that we saw, he had 3 special arrows, which I think were electricity. I think that's where the electricity effects came from.
Okay.
Could be wrong on that. And if you, like, there is a sun button. So if you, I think it's square, if you use like that in a certain way, then your son will fire an arrow at the target that you're fighting, and that'll fuck him up a bit. And so like for big enemies, like the troll that we saw, do that, Bob's your uncle, you got extra damage for free. But yeah, he's not incompetent, which is always good.
It sounds really good by the way. I like how they've changed the like systems up a bit. It seems like they're just making it more than what it was. It sounds cool. Are you excited for it?
Yeah, it looks really cool. I think it's quite a long way out, to be fair.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
And there was a lot, like they did a Q&A afterwards, there was a lot they wouldn't talk about.
Really, anything specific? No, I don't know if I mentioned it since the
It was basically like anything that wasn't in the demo they wouldn't talk about.
Okay.
But yeah, like they confirmed that the demo was 30 FPS. I think his exact words were, "That's probably what we'll end up aiming for." But yeah, I mean, no one really cares today.
I think I find a lot of people do care, but they're just absolute goons. So
Yeah.
who cares about them? So yeah, we'll briefly touch on it since we've just done a kind of big preview video on it, which you can go and see at youtube.com/GodisaGeek. Please do. But I saw Zelda today, Stubbsy, and it's pretty fucking good. Like I'd say God of War and Zelda's two. Well, God of War maybe not, but Zelda's definitely like, probably the biggest game at E3 this year. Like you can play, definitely.
Yeah, I mean,
It had the biggest queue.
God of War was behind closed doors,
Yeah, of
anyway, I
course.
think. So
You're right. Zelda on the show floor had by far the biggest queue. It was wrapped around Nintendo's big booth all day, and I imagine the people who spent the time playing, spent the hours waiting for it, probably felt like it was worth it. 'Cause it's very good. But as I say, I'm not going to talk about it much here. Go to YouTube for our preview. But I like it a lot. Something else we played today, Stubbsy, was something called Vainglory, which I believe has been out for a bit.
oh yeah, it's been ages.
It's a MOBA on mobiles, and I won the first ever MOBA, which was fun.
You say you won your first episode.
I was the one who fucking killed the thing.
No, like that's not true.
Yes, it is.
That's not, because
I was next to it, twine it.
our entire team was there, and there was multiple minions there. Right, so that wasn't
was
just you alone.
It's all of me.
And also, was that the one where you jumped in like halfway through?
Probably, I don't
Because
know.
I also jumped in halfway through and realised that it was 10 minutes into a game and I had 0 items. So that was fun.
I have no idea.
But-
I was very much on the fly. Like you later left me on my
Yeah.
bill for a bit, and like, I was just playing. I was like, "Fuck me, this is boring. I don't get how and I never will get how that has become such a thing that so many millions of people watch.
I mean, if you had a phone with more than 3.2 megabytes of free space, I'd recommend you download it and try it, because Vainglory is actually a really accessible MOBA. I want to say I spoke about it before. But yeah, like, the reason I'm mentioning it is because I spoke to Tristan, I think it is, who's like C something O. He's like high up there, and he told me that they are announcing the dates for their World Championships next week. So that will be interesting for Vainglory fans. And they're also doing like partnerships with Samsung and shit like that, which would be really cool.
I'll say the phones that they had for like, it's nice to see someone specifically designing phones for gaming, I guess, and like the game looked really pretty on that for a mobile game, to be honest.
Oh yeah, Vainglory looks amazing, and it's like, I think it's one of the best looking. Yeah.
One of the things Sony pushed hardest at their conference, Stubbsy, was VR stuff, and I somehow managed to shit out my way into playing a couple of VR things. There was one thing which I got literally no time on, called VR World, maybe some PlayStation, I can't fucking remember. It's basically a collection of minigames, and I somehow, some guy was trying to get me to play one thing and I ended up picking another by mistake. It's basically this thing where you're in a spider tank and you control this tank, and so you're obviously sat in it, as in it's like in a cockpit. You look where you shoot, and then you have this like gravity hook which can rip things off and throw it at folk. The demo was pretty shit because it was literally just, it was a tutorial, and then they were like, sorry, that's all you can have time for. So like, cheers mate. But it looks really cool. You know, I imagine it'd be quite fun. Like, things like that make sense with VR, where you sat down and not moving. So maybe if you like the VR stuff, keep an eye on that one. But the other thing I played was called Here We Lie, I think, or Here They Lie, my mistake. It was a fucking horror game, a psychological horror game. Basically I had to go down into, I guess, a kind of like a sewer or a underground rail tunnel, whatever. And I was wandering about, and it's dark and dingy and cold and fucking scary. And you realise I just have your flashlight, and as you move about with the analog sticks, but you look where, and you know where we discussed that sleep on the show floor with your eyes closed in VR.
Yeah.
That happened quite a lot because I just couldn't deal with it, and it was like, it was very tense and walking through it, and I can't deal with tension. It's more tension than the horror. I can't do it. It just fucking kills me inside. But it's really, I imagine horror fans would like it a lot because it was really good how it built the tension. There was weird moments. There was like these fox-like type people who were just sneaking up on me. But then there was some actually really beautiful moments. So there was this bit where I come to this end. It ended up being really weird. So I go to this end of this. There's like a cliff face, and then there was hammerhead sharks flying in the air, which was quite bemusing and pretty to look at. But there was other bits with weird lights, and then there was a big fireman that came and munched me. It wasn't really scary at the end. In the end of the day, but it built tension really well and had some nice visuals. I think VR, I get VR. That was the first time I'd ever played a VR game, and I felt a wee bit queasy at points, especially because of that when I was moving and stuff like that. But I think I'll get VR now, and I'm soon going to unget it again when I have to play fucking Resi 7. And
that's going to be hilarious.
I can't even express how much I'm actually shitting myself. Like, we've heard some people who played it today, and they did not like it. Not like it wasn't good, but it's terrifying, which it is good, but not for us pussies.
I hope you like have a heart attack.
I'm fucking not coming back, mate.
Good.
Oh, thanks, man. I thought you was appreciating me.
Be able to podcast on my own.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that'll be fucking thrilling while you're on two pieces of technology and I'm here trying to scrape by.
Yeah, well, one's at loading, to be fair. So.
Oh, to be fair.
Yeah.
So you also played Final Fantasy today. I say played.
Yeah.
Which Final Fantasy is it? Because I think there's about fucking 15 out at the minute on the show floor.
I played 2 Final Fantasies, but I don't know what the second one was. So I'm going to talk about Final Fantasy 15, which was the one that we saw at both Microsoft's and Sony's conference, and it was the bit of gameplay that Microsoft had at their conference that at the conference looked not great. There was a little bit extra to it, like I killed some blokes before I got to the big ass giant man thing. And like, again, go watch that and you'll know what I'm talking about. But I didn't really understand the controls to start with, even though it's simple as fuck. It's like B to attack, I think. X is like roll, Y is like teleport somewhere. But obviously it's this giant ass Titan thing, and it's like its main target for you is its single arm that's like attacking you. And sometimes it'll just like throw a haymaker towards you that you've got to roll out of the way of. Sometimes it'll like scrape its arm across the floor that you've got to dash through, which is what they were trying to do on the Microsoft demo, but failed about 20 times. And then whenever it's like on the floor, you can like semi-occasionally try to parry it by mashing like the X button and then B, and that didn't work like particularly often. Like, I think it wasn't clear that you had to mash the button, so I was like trying to press it in rhythm with when it flashed on the screen.
Okay.
That's not what you need to do. You need to fucking mash it to shit. So it took me a good 10 minutes, and they also had it set so you can't die. Well, I would have died. But like, it's fast, but I just ended up button mashing. And there was quite a few points where the camera was in the Titans, so I couldn't really see what was going on. Didn't really have a clue, and just like the way they kind of got around that is they have these long distance teleport spots. So if that happened, I just ended up holding Y. It would teleport me way out of the action, like I wouldn't be hitting him anymore. But at least it got us out. Like, I gotta say, I wasn't particularly impressed, but at the same time, the combat felt good. And what we've got to remember is that while we're seeing a single like boss fight, this is like a fucking massive
It's
RPG.
not a game that demos that well.
So like, if we're talking combat, like, it's probably more entertaining than Skyrim.
Okay.
And you've got to look at it in that sense. You're not looking at it as a God of War type thing where combat is basically the entire game. You're looking at it where combat is a key component, but it's so much more than that. So I think slagging it off at this point would be a bit harsh. I just wasn't overly impressed with what I played. And also, I'm not a Final Fantasy fan in the first place, so much stuff probably went over my head.
Yeah, I can imagine, but my problem with Final Fantasy is that the marketing of it seems fucking whack. I have no idea what it is. Like, I don't know if it's a road trip with 4 dudes that's a piss take, or this super serious thing. But then there's posters around. I don't even know if it's the same Final Fantasy, but there's like posters around LA at the minute with Final Fantasy Summit with a beardy dude on it. Don't know if you've seen them?
No.
So I just don't know. Just, like, they need to chill out with these Final Fantasies, man. I wonder if they'll ever start again and just go, right, fucking Final Fantasy 1.
No, because they've got about 10 games in development every single second.
Yeah, it's
like,
fucking
I played
weird.
another one that was like a Final Fantasy game where you're running around as a party of 4, and instead of real-time combat, like, you've got to wait for your ability power to do. So like, you'll stand there, you'll like, it's kind of turn-based combat but in real time. So like, you can press a button and then select what attack you want to do, and like, that's optional because you can do it and then you'll do that attack for the next like however long until you select a different attack.
Okay.
But then you've got to wait for like your bar to fill up until you can do an action, and then it does the action, and then you've got to wait for it to fill up again. But you can still be running around in real time while you're doing
Sounds
this
fucking
shit.
convoluted.
I mean, fuck it. I was with Alex Donaldson at the time, and I imagine that there'll be a video on RPG site of me playing it over the shoulder, and you can see what it was like there.
Do you look quite amused?
Well, hopefully I'm not on the camera.
Ah, okay.
So it was just over shoulder.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, so it should just be the screen, fingers crossed.
Speaking about being disappointed about Square Enix games, I say we can't be too harsh because it's demos. Demos at E3 floor aren't exactly the most, best of places to
No,
play
you can
games.
harsh about Deus X because that should demo quite well.
But Deus X, whatever you're going to say it, played that, and I was not impressed really at all. Stubbsy, I thought to me, I said, is it early though? Because I thought it's coming out soon.
Yeah, it is actually. It's like August, I think.
I was not impressed with it at all. So
What did you see? What was the demo?
Basically,
I have no idea.
right, so basically, you get this introduction to the story, I guess. This super fucking dystopian, future, cringy run of the book, fucking colour by numbers story. So it's like, there was an incident that happened and now things are different. So basically, there was something went wrong, all the augmented people went off on one and tried and killed loads of people. It was the greatest loss of human life in human history, apparently. And that was 2 years ago, so now there's loads of racism against robots. And obviously Adam Jensen, whose voice is fucking ridiculous, by the way. Like, I couldn't really remember from when I played the last one, but he's a ridiculous character. He looks so stupid with his fucking glasses that don't have, like, the bit which stick to your ears. And his voice, I don't know if you've ever seen Watchmen.
No.
But he's basically Carjack of Watchmen, this gruff voice, which is like a piss take out of Batman. Yeah, so then you're in this like jet, or whatever, about to embark on a mission, and you're with your squadron, that's a big enemy Jensen, and you're just basically going on a mission to, I guess, an undercover agent has set up a weapons deal to get this big weapons dealer out of hiding to go and munch him. So you're in there to munch him. All your army squad go in a different way to get into position. You go away to get rid of their backup, so they won't have anyone else coming in for the battle. So you go in, you get dropped in, and then you can either... There's like... It's basically a tutorial of the game, I imagine. So it's telling you what to do as it goes, like how to sneak and that, and then how to shoot, how to throw grenades and all that type of jazz. And basically you just have to go through this complex, it's like this abandoned hotel, and you're basically just going through the top level penthouses until you get to the objective. And it just really didn't feel that good to me. Like, the shooting was a bit meh, just not really here or there. The stealth was... The gadgets and stuff you could use, the augmentations were quite cool. But like, the stealth I didn't really like, and I think it is, and it might just be me not like Deus X not being my thing, but it changes like perspectives too much. Like, so it's first person, but then if you get into cover, it's third person, which of course it has to be to like see stuff. But then it'll change perspectives all the time if you're doing different things. And if you sneak up on someone to take them down, there was like a hard cut for like a good second where the screen will go black, and then it'll be an anime, like a cutscene of you taking him down, and then it'll go back to first person. It's like it just takes you out of the experience so much, and it felt just like slows it all down. It just doesn't feel good at all. 'Cause it's not you doing it; it's you're going up to him, pressing a button, and then that's it. And then the thing is with like Deus Ex, it's like they don't give you a lot of ammo, so you have to be stealthy. But then,
but that's the point of the game.
Well, like, yeah, it's the point of the game.
You should have just like not shot anyone.
Yes, I was trying. Well, there is an option. You could have the option for not taking, which I thought was quite cool. So you can choose how to do the mission.
That's like the entire point.
Well, I've not Deus Ex player, am I? So I don't really know this.
Everyone should know that.
I know it's stealthy and stuff, but it's just not my thing. So I don't know if Deus Ex players are liking it because it's what they want. But
I've only heard good things.
To me, it just didn't demo particularly well. I didn't really like it. I thought the story was very fucking cliche. All the characters were annoying. It didn't look particularly nice, and it just felt clunky to me, I guess. But what do I know?
Exactly.
A stinky youth who knows fuck all. We both played Tekken 7.
We did absolutely smash it to pieces.
Fuck off, no you didn't. You scabbed it.
Who won?
Explain the story.
Right, go see Namco, like sit down, play Tekken, and I pick Akuma, like the Street Fighter bloke. You picked some other guy, I don't know.
King, the Jaguar guy, he looked fucking dope.
Yeah, and you like routinely destroyed me.
Yeah, I was surprised.
What was it, 3-1 in that one?
I think it was, yeah.
Yeah, and then the next game, I picked old man Tekken guy. I can't remember his name, and you picked some other guy. And I pretty much destroyed you in that.
That guy was shit.
That 3-0 or 3-1?
3-0.
3-0. Full on destroyed you there. So like it was like, right, best of three, whoever wins the next one wins. I picked Steve, the boxer.
I was Kinash, the Arab dude.
Right. And didn't start off well for me. You won the first two. So you were like 1 point away.
It was looking good.
1 point away from victory. Like you only had to kill me once more.
I nearly got you, and in this round I had you down to literally no, like fucking next to no health.
But like I figured out that with Steve, good old Steve, because like Tekken, it's like on an Xbox One pad, it was X and Y for punches and A and B for kicks. But with Steve, because he's a boxer, he doesn't kick. So if you use A and B, he like dodges or steps that's like side steps. Which makes like avoiding his attacks really, really easy. And so as soon as I figured that out and how to sort of time it right, I just absolutely destroyed you and then won 3 rounds on the bounce. So not only in a best of 3 overall did I go down 1-0 to reverse sweep 2-1, in the final game, I went down in a best of five. I went down 2-0 and reverse sweeped to 3-2.
It was a comeback within a comeback.
So we can conclude that I'm the king of Tekken.
It's pretty good Tekken, you know.
It was. Like, I don't like fighting games usually.
Neither do I.
Apart from Smash Bros. But
Yeah,
I quite enjoyed it because I won.
of course. But everyone said when last Mortal Kombat came out that it was like, this is an accessible fighting game, which if you don't need to play fighting games to get it. And I got it on that advice, and it wasn't at all. Like, you couldn't do the fucking fatalities without cheating. It was not very easy at all. Whereas this, Tekken, it felt really simple, I thought. It's literally just move the move buttons, which it would have been better if the analog sticks were working. They
Is
weren't.
that a joke?
What?
You don't play fighting games with an analog stick?
I'd have preferred it a lot.
Jesus
It felt
Christ.
really... Mate, I'm a man of simple pleasures, and fucking controllers that actually work at the best. And it does say on the instructions, move using the analog stick, so they weren't working.
Literally no one moves
Well,
with analog sticks.
I fucking do, so I guess I'm unique.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just, you didn't need to mess with bumpers or anything, or arrows to do moves. I guess you could, like, for dodging and stuff occasionally and jumping up, but
Wait, were you not using
I was
the
trying
arrows
to.
at all?
Well, that guy, my last guy, didn't jump. He wasn't a jumper for some reason. So
But
that's
were
like,
you not
it's like-
blocking?
yes, I was.
Right.
I was. But I'm saying you didn't need them. Just like do. Well, I guess you didn't. I didn't feel like I needed to do half decent moves, like knock you over and stuff. I could just like mesh buttons and do it. What I mean is, it was accessible. I felt like I was blocking and you was blocking. It was like those segments where I ducked a kick, you duck a kick, jump over one, and they were like really cool segments. I feel like it was just quite a fun fighting game, really simple. And
Yeah.
accessible for the first time. I'm actually interested in it. Another thing I played at Namco's, it is Namco, isn't it?
Well, Bandai Namco.
Bandai Namco, was a small indie game, I think. I'm not really sure. Called probably can't be indie if it's Bandai Namco, can it?
Yeah, they have an indie. Well, kind of indie.
Well, it looked indie, shall I say? Called Necropolis, and it was basically. They literally said it was like, do you know the Dark Souls controls? And I was like, no, because I don't like Dark Souls. He's like, right, it's the Dark Souls controls. And it's basically, like, imagine if, like, Tearaway got put into Dark Souls. So it's, like, very cutesy, not quite papercraft, but had that, like, kind of colour scheme to it, and, like, weird, like, that type of aesthetic. And you have to just basically go around killing skeletons and different monsters with a sword and shit. And then you die, you go back to the beginning, so it's like a roguelike type thing. I don't know if you've played like Enter the Gungeon or Rogue Legacy, stuff like that. So you have a run, you die, you go back, then you've got, if you do stuff, you get coins to buy and improve and stuff. And it's like, not much to say about it really, it's just like a cute little thing. I enjoyed it. Yeah, it's not too bad to be fair. There's quite a bit of depth to it, so you can, like, loads of potions. Read some potions with like, some potions can help you, but then some will blind you, so you can only have like a really short, like, you can't see what's in front of you, and the user always tell, so it's all about risk and whatnot, and like learning what's what, and it's a nice little game. It wasn't getting much attention, so I thought I liked the look of it, so I'll have a look, and it's quite cool. I would recommend checking it out. The combat, it's out soon, and I feel like the combat is a bit floaty, and you can end up swinging at nothing all the time, so it might need a bit more refinement maybe, because if a game's based off, combat, and it isn't really good, then it's not going to last very long. But I like the look of it, and I would recommend you checking it out if you've got nothing else to do in the meantime. What else do you play?
Don't know, not much. I haven't played that much today.
It's Gravity Rush 2.
Oh yeah, that was alright actually.
It's cool, wasn't it?
I quite liked the first one. I didn't finish it. I only played 3 hours, but it was really good. And then, like, when Gravity Rush 2 was announced, I was quite hyped about it,
Mm-hmm.
and then I just totally forgot it existed until I saw it today. And I was just like, fuck it, I'll play that.
It looks really pretty, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does look really good to be fair, but then again, you'd expect it after the upgrade from Vita to PS4.
Yeah, I guess.
But it felt largely the same, although we did only play like a tutorial type thing.
Pretty much, yeah.
But yeah, it did feel largely the same, just a few differences.
Like a new place. And
Yeah.
more colour. It looked a lot more colourful than I remember the first one being. I've not seen the remaster on PS4, so I don't know if that was as colourful, but it looked cool. I mean, the whole point of Gravity Rush is like its mechanics are really unique, and on Vita I found it to be just a bit too fiddly, and then because the screen's small I always kept losing myself and stuff, but with it on PS4, I feel like it's just fun. Like once you get the hang of the flying and like getting in the right direction and flying and then just going off on one, it's really really cool. And the combat, while a little simple, it's only literally just a couple of buttons. It felt like a quite a big spectacle. I think it will be a lot harder in the actual game because literally it's just one hit kill pretty much on this.
Yeah.
But I'm liking the look of it really. It looks quite good and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
I think one final game I've got to mention, and this is literally the first you played, I think. But, well, not that we're going to mention in other videos or previews and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, we spoke Call of Duty in the video. Saw Infinite Warfare and a bit of Modern Warfare 4 remastered. But like we went into depth on that in the video, so go to YouTube and watch that.
So finally, the last game I played was another thing in Sony's like area, a really cute platformer thing called Bound. And this is another thing actually that kind of reminded me of Terry, because this did have a bit of papercraft stuff going on, so like things folding and walls morphing as you walk past them and stuff. And basically, you play as this character who is really well designed actually. She's really nice, and she's like a gymnast ribbon dancer thing. So you play it at first and you're just moving as normally, and it seems pretty substandard. It's like, oh, you're just moving about this pretty well, there's nothing happening. But then as you press the buttons, she starts doing different moves like forward rolls, cartwheels, twirls, jumps, roly-polies, spins. And as you do these type of moves, as you're going forward, ribbons come out of you, and it has this really nice spiral effect on the screen. It's just really pretty, and there's like the gymnast. I wouldn't be surprised if they got the animations from an actual gymnast with the balls suit that's on. So they're really nicely animated. They look really cool. It feels really satisfying, and it's one of those artsy platforms that seems like it has like a kind of subtly told but cool story to it. So I'm pretty excited for that one actually. It looks like a real nice gem once you realise what it's meant to do. And yeah, it's pretty good. That, Stubbsy, is all we've got from the first day of E3.
It is. What have we got tomorrow?
Oh, I tried to get my schedule up.
My schedule involves headsets at Lucid Sound. Then I've got something with Sony that I'm not entirely sure what it is, so I should probably email and find out exactly what I'm playing. Then we're both at Devolver.
That'll definitely be Days Gone, by the way.
It could be. Then we're both at Devolver,
Yep.
which would be fun. And then I can't remember what I have after Devolver.
You have Warner.
Oh yeah, I'll go to Warner for like an hour and a half.
Maybe Ubisoft.
And then we're both at Ubisoft.
Yeah. If it is like a hands-off thing with Days Gone, I'm very excited. If it's like how it was with World of War, I'm very excited to see what the explanation is to all the zombies and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see tomorrow.
Tomorrow I see Horizon Zero Dawn, which I'm quite excited for. I imagine it'll just be the demo from Sony's thing. Hopefully I have to play it. Then I've got Capcom, which is When I Die, because I'll be playing Resi and Dead Rising, one imagines. And I may not recover from Resi. Then I join you at Devolver, and then I've got Ukulele, which I'm quite excited about because that's the game I really like the look of. So yeah, keep all eyes peeled on GodisaGeek.com for writings on all those games and hopefully a lot of the games we saw yesterday. Today. Fucking time kind of morphs into one at E3. You don't really know what's going on. Also, go to youtube.com/GodisaGeek for our preview videos. We've done one on Zelda, Breath of the Wild, and the new Call of Duties already, and we'll hopefully get a lot more to you as soon as possible. You can follow me on Twitter @Mabroski. You can follow Mike on Twitter @MikeStubbsy. You can go on to Twitter. You can follow GodisaGeek on Twitter @GodisaGeek, and you can also get us on Facebook at facebook.com/GodisaGeek. And if you'd be ever so kind to throw a couple of quid our way at patreon.com/GodisaGeek, that'd be greatly appreciated because we want to do more E3s and more other trips and bring even more content for you, our lovely content consumers. So thanks for listening. Me and Mike are probably going to go fucking drop dead now because tired. Yes, thanks for listening, and we'll see you later.
Oh, I'm not saying bye. You didn't tell me.
Oh, I didn't do a
You didn't tell me to say goodbye.
I forgot my thing.
So...
Shit. Mike, say goodbye.
No, you've ruined it now.
It's goodbye from me. I'm forgetting my fucking lines. Oh my god, I'm off brand. Live from E3. C'est la fucking V.
Yeah, you fucked it.
Okay.